They're literally making Marvel movies
from a billion.
to be worth billions of dollars.
Yeah.
Where's that right at? You gotta
Like,
what is going on?
Removing Henry Cavill's mustache looked worse than David Jones did 10 years ago.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
just because he was filming Mission Impossible at the same time as Superman.
forget that. Secret Invasion. Holy hell.
That arm? The arm looked like it was from, like,
that was the worst.
Remember that whole video game? Was it Ultimate?
Oh my God.
Ultimate Destruction?
Bro, that was the worst CGI I've ever seen in my entire life, bro.
Like PS2, PS3?
Yes.
Ultimate Destruction? Looked like Crash Bandicoot, definitely.
That was the worst graphics I've ever seen in my entire life. Okay, it sucks because if you watch the MCU, you know
of the Hulks
what Bruce Banner has been going through for the last 15 years. Like, for her to come up and say
12 minutes, it's Master Hulking because you have a period.
Y'all dropped the whole ball, bro. Boom. All right, so we're gonna start off with something that is kind of near and dear. I mean, is same scene is still in a sense MCU and the current state and the future endeavors. So, like, how the MCU is right now. This is the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Who doesn't know? If you aren't versed in it, it doesn't matter. This is still a film subject. All right, so still wouldn't make a difference. But when it comes down to it, like where do you think that MCU is currently right now?
On a gurney.
On a gurney.
On a gurney with oxygen mask.
Chair this way.
On a gurney with oxygen mask on. In the chest pump. Because after all those recent failures, back to back, this is a very short-sighted demographic, especially in right now. It's not like they don't have that loyalty of a tenured anything. They don't care. Like, they don't have no substance, and they're looking for no substance. They're just outside.
So, like, the whole thing is the progression of the timeline.
Yeah.
Like, unless you're like a real fan of a specific part of the timeline of movies, you don't go back and watch the movie. So it's like, if it's doing bad, it's going to be doing bad forever.
Yeah.
Continuously be bad.
It's not going to get better because there's no revisitation.
Yeah, unless you're
not inclined to go back and watch it because you're looking for it's not a film lesson on how to do things right or whatever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That is like single use, single shot.
Yeah.
Load the musket.
Yeah.
You get one.
That's super valid.
It's not good.
That's it. Yeah. Super valid.
Yeah. I mean, it's true. The problem with it is, they're gonna like technically pulled from many different areas, and the good part about MCU is they don't necessarily have to keep going with the same story. They can just literally blow up the universe and then start over.
To a point.
To a point, right? I mean, but at a certain point, I mean, I don't really believe in superhero fatigue. What I believe in is bad movie fatigue.
Yeah,
or bad project fatigue.
It's bad. Yeah, you have a bad experience. You're not gonna continuously.
No. Yeah.
I watch a Fast and the Furious movie in 10 years. They become trash.
So it's like, shout out to family though. Shout out to family. But yeah, that's a fact. But it's actually very true. It just Fast and Furious is very interesting because it just went left really.
Yeah, go once you take that
leap
left turn.
Yeah,
like, that's it.
I guess we just going this way now.
Yeah, at least with MCU you don't have.
You can diverge.
It doesn't have those issues. It doesn't have any of those issues. You don't need to blow up. You don't need to reboot anything. You can just introduce some character.
You
can just have if they didn't do Moon Knight that way, you just have him in a downtown Manhattan, and you just have him talking to himself in his head. You don't need to do. It has to have. It don't have to do nothing with the post Thanos and all of that. None of that. They can just have him because they don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? You could bring Night Watcher and Speedball. Just grab somebody. Just
Yeah.
pull some X-Men out, coming out of
Everybody is not part of everything.
exactly. So
My only problem with that is them newly acquiring X-Men
Yes,
Yeah.
from Fox.
all
After they
this.
already
the
did.
Infinity War.
Yeah.
Because they were a vital part of
Yeah.
the Infinity War.
Yeah.
So it's
Oh, even Ultron.
all of that. It was
Yeah.
everything.
like they were a vital part of it.
Yeah.
And then they're doing Secret Wars way after, but Secret Wars was way before Infinity War.
Yeah.
It's like we kind of have it backwards where you're putting the things.
Yeah.
So you can't even
I agree.
line it up in a way to where characters would be introduced in the story
Right.
and they weren't even around for
Yeah.
the story.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. The problem with it is them dealing with contracts, and then Universal too. Universal with Hulk, but they were still able to put him in the movie, just not have his own movie.
They don't have a solo rights film.
I don't think they still. I don't think they still do.
No.
Sure.
It's not. It's Universal doesn't have it. It's a private owned character. It wasn't owned by a studio. That's why no one is available. After that first movie,
Yeah.
someone bought the rights. Like it's like a private entity. I don't think it's a company that owns it. Which
Okay.
is super weird.
Really? Remember, Marvel was down bad.
Yeah.
Like they was like selling characters to pay their rent. So
Yeah,
then,
Marvel
and then when
was
it blew
really-
up,
yeah.
they was like, I'm not giving this back.
Yeah.
I want $1 billion. Like we didn't make $100.
I mean, that's
what's
that shows you the Spider-Man thing.
they didn't bet on themselves in that point. Like
No,
they
but you
sold off all of their
can't-
people.
You talking about years and years ago, right?
Yeah.
Their biggest thing was Blade and comics, like literal physical comic books.
Yes.
So it's like I understand why it got to that point, because how do you bet on yourself when you don't even see how many bad superhero movies were there
That was it.
before, and TV shows before that.
That would have been the issue. Because the issue with to diverse to like that comic book fake universe, it was niche, but it was extremely profitable. They're acting like they weren't making money. These guys were hoarding the money, doing drugs and buying Lamborghinis. Like they weren't poor.
Ooh.
Like these, you talking about the Jim Lees, Todd McFarlane's, all of these guys were trying to start their own comic book companies from inside of a comic book company
mean
that wouldn't let them do things on their own.
people that started their own stuff?
Yes, like so
Okay,
you got
that's
the DC and Marvel,
Right.
and then the people that were working for Marvel and DC wanted to make their own comic book companies from inside Marvel and DC versus doing it on their own. They know they can't, so that's like me signing to Def Jam, wanting to open Riot Records from inside of Def Jam, and they get mad when they feel away about it. When you could have just started it on your own from Jump Street, if your property was big enough, but you knew you needed them, but then you act like you have gripes and issues with them because they want to allow you to do something that you couldn't have done in the first place because that space didn't exist. So now they got no people, no characters. They made one good movie, Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man, and then everybody with all the characters.
And that was Sony,
It
though.
was holding them. Like,
That was Sony.
Yeah.
It wasn't even Marvel. Like that was Marvel, but it wasn't Disney.
mhm.
So which is the problem? So like, I mean, it was a good movie. I mean,
Yes.
it was a very good movie. I mean, we've talked about this numerous times. Tobey's the best Peter Parker. Andrew Garfield is the best Spider-Man.
Yeah.
No. But as far as hitting,
the notes, I put
the note
Tom
on-
over him.
no, but I didn't even get to Tom. Tom, you talking about Tom, the little,
Yeah, the little one.
he's
Little one.
the best
Overall,
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Right, just like generally, you get every
Yeah.
like, oh, that's lit. I feel like I, turn that page
Yes.
inside of
Yeah.
a book.
He's like quick.
You know what I'm saying? He's quippy. He's young.
Yeah.
He's
He's not. Because
He
Andrew
is
Garfield was
odd, yeah.
way too cool. Andrew Garfield was like, hey,
Yeah, like
Very-
he was by far the coolest.
this
That's why
is too cool.
I have a real appreciation for the Amazing Spider-Man
Yeah.
for that
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah,
Because it's like, nah, I got powers. I'm cool,
super
bro.
cool. He's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
He's like killing girls with webs. Like, oh yeah, that's not playing, man. Get out. Like that's not him. That's not, I don't know who. I don't know who that is.
Spider-Man.
That's not Spider-Man. Spider-Man is not. He's out here like Future. Like
He's not here like Future.
this
I'm
sack
dead.
he was wild. He was way too cool.
I mean, so what would you say is I mean, they have a lot of things in the future coming up.
I mean, they already, they're already 2 out of the 3 major releases for the year.
Right. No, I'm not even talking about what they actually even already have slated in their pre-production or even in post-production. I mean, more so like 24, 25 that they didn't even start shooting yet. Like, I think a set that could change the trajectory of MCU, to me personally, I think would be Blade.
Yeah.
It would move it back to a street
Yes.
like level
So
fighting where it's more
it grounds it again.
it grounds it over
You're not
again.
in space flying around catching planets and stars.
It's easier for the layman to understand.
Yeah.
You
Right.
just go in like, oh, I remember Blade.
Exactly. It makes it so much easier for the general audience. We're gonna see it anyway. Let's be realistic.
Exactly. The comic book heads is gonna see it regardless.
But Blade, I think is, to me personally, he's like, I mean, not really. He's not like Wolverine, but Wolverine is such a pivotal character. He's a part of everything. But I think Blade would ground it again, and Mahershala Ali is an amazing actor. And I think once you put Blade in it, you kind of have to go to the sun. Was it Midnight Suns?
Yeah, and that would involve Wolverine,
and that would ultimately, I think it would reground it to make it go back over to where, because once you put, you got Moon Knight, Blade, and then you have Wolverine,
Ghost Rider,
Strange, and then Ghost Rider changes everything. If you have an MCU Ghost Rider, I think it absolutely changes everything, because that is the ultimate link to Mephisto.
I mean, yeah,
and they've been, teeter-tottering around Mephisto for the last 6 years.
Before you even get to the giant big bad,
no, that's what I'm saying.
I would put Blade in his face that you said Wolverine, because he ties everybody together.
He does.
Like, because just by having a Blade movie, you can introduce X-Men.
Yeah, Luke Cage. You could bring Luke Cage back in. Right, exactly. Like, people forget, unless you obviously, we know MCU, well, we know Marvel, the universe. Like, everything is in New York. Like 90% of the, but like it's like you said, they went so far outside of the galaxy, or not outside of the galaxy, but outside of the planet.
And they just try to make everything as big as possible.
Yeah,
as grandeur. Yeah,
just to make it. I mean, it's like wearing the fake chain at the photo shoot.
Yeah,
you gotta make it. You gotta seem bigger and more important than you are.
Yeah,
just to break through and be as big as you would want to be.
Exactly.
And
MCU terms and stuff, it's because it's literally like, it's beyond comprehension. It's like you have neutron stars that explode in space and destroy thousands of galaxies. I can't compound that, but a bee sting hurts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It makes it tethers it to you. These things are happening beyond our scale. I can't catch a planet. I don't take, like, you know what I mean? But I can get shot by a gun. You know what I'm saying? So when you bring it back to that space and ground everyone into reality, because I can't fly.
Right.
I can't breathe in space. I never flew through a star. You know what I mean? I never stopped.
That's what Blade ultimately.
Because he's right in the middle, because he's way more powerful.
Supernatural.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But he's still doing, he's stealing Rolexes. You know what I mean? He's beating up guys in alley stealing watches. Like, that's wild.
And driving 1970s cars.
It's crazy.
Yeah. That's a fact.
And I mean, that's exactly why, what was the Quantumania?
Yeah. And it had a chance to do, I think it had a chance to be great. I also think the writing
is... That MCU writing team.
I gotta say,
the MCU writing team is drinking.
It's horrible right now.
Straight tequila.
It's been kind of bad the last, since, I don't even want to say since Endgame, because that's too easy to say that, because it was the last big movie. I think Loki was good.
The TV show.
The TV show, right.
Yeah, that's a different.
For all the TV shows were not good. Like, we're gonna talk about
shows.
We're gonna talk about my man Sam Jackson's last.
That was terrible. That's terrible.
It was. You saw it?
What, the
Sea Invasion?
No. It was bad.
It was super bad.
It was
super bad.
It was super bad.
It was like right under She-Hulk.
It was She-Hulk.
She-Hulk was like legendary trash.
It was horrible. I don't care what nobody tell me. It was
the worst.
Horrendous.
I think I've ever seen.
Oh man, like there's a big problem that I think these big companies have with bringing celebrities into their their movies, their TV shows, where they don't belong. I'm not saying they don't belong. If they can act, by all means. You have the guy that plays Star Fox, not Star Fox.
Harry Styles.
Harry Styles.
It's Star Fox.
Star Fox. Harry Styles. He can act. He's like an actor, singer, more singer than actor. But
You don't need somebody to act. You need somebody who act like a superhero.
Yeah,
That's a different thing.
right, and
Like,
he's
you don't need Robert De Niro to come act.
no.
You're not a superhero.
Right,
You're
right.
a mafia guy. 40 years.
For the last
So,
45 years. Yeah, but I mean, it is bad. When Meg Thee Stallion was a She-Hulk, I knew it was over. I think MCU was done. They killed themselves with that.
When she said, "I managed the powers that it took you,"
Oh,
10 years
God,
to
please.
take over because I'm a woman and I have a period. I was like,
No, it was.
I was like, did
Put
you
the whole
really?
thing in context. It sucks because if you watch the MCU,
The anger
you
management
know
of the Hulks.
what Bruce
Banner
Banner has been going through for the last 15 years. Like, for her to come up and say
12 minutes.
it's
Master hulking because you
Y'all-
have a period.
y'all dropped the
I
whole
was like, this
ball,
is
bro.
crazy.
Y'all literally
This
just
is
not gonna
crazy.
drop it. Y'all threw it at the wall
Yeah, this is
like
this is
a glass ball. That's like the most emasculating thing you could do, or disrespectful thing, that's a better word to use, to a character that has held up most of the MCU the whole time. He's been a part of everything. And he's been literally the brute, the strength, he's been the mind,
and
he's
the
been
emotional
the
conduit.
emotional pilot
Yeah.
to the whole MCU. And you literally
Reduced
minimize
him
him
to a
in
man.
5 minutes. And I've never seen that before in movie history. In silver screen history, TV shows, I've never seen somebody do that. And it was horrible. That was the worst part of the MCU in the last 15 years. I've never seen a conglomerate like Disney drop the ball like that. Meanwhile, I mean, it shouldn't have been like that. I mean, the Falcon Winter Soldier, I liked it, but I liked it because of Falcon and Winter Soldier, because of those two guys, and they have like a synergy that you don't really see in the rest of MCU besides Tony, Robert Downey Jr., but Tony Stark and I wouldn't even say Tom Holland. Yeah, that's more mentorship. And Steve Rogers with Chris Evans. It's such a weird dynamic. It's
It's actually too good.
yeah,
It's
it's
like,
almost
are y'all really
George Clooney,
really
Brad
Iron Man?
Pitt, and
Yeah,
Ocean's
Ocean's
11. Like, it's beautiful, but obviously he's dead. So we're never gonna get that. And Chris Evans is probably dead.
Yeah, he was
He
117.
was 100 years old. But no, I mean, to get back to the point, like, you guys dropped. Well, I hate to say that. Like, we are huge fans. But like that leads to the next thing. What can Disney do, if anything, to get back to pre-endgame standing? Like, what can they really effectively do?
You literally, you basically announced your retirement. Like, yo, this is the end of it. Later, guys. Like, that's literally what it is. It's not figurative. It's called the end game.
Yeah.
Like when you do that, how do you proceed to go raise more desire to watch your movies?
I'd say
You drop your best thing and then proceed to give us things that no one asked for.
Mm-hmm. And not even in a sincere way.
Into the Galaxy or another Ant-Man.
No, I mean,
and they work.
It's nothing. Well, I gotta say, it's nothing wrong with doing either of those. It's how it's really just how it's done. Like, it was just not done well. Like, come on, when we saw, because I mean, you know, I watched the trailers 100 million times and slow it down to see things. When I watched the Doctor Strange and he was going through the when we watched the actual movie and you see that little city. And I was like, bro, that's clearly Kang's neighborhood right there. And I'm like, that's a great Easter egg. But when they actually implemented it in Quantumania, it fell just short, because you have somebody like Kang who is all powerful, who's been going through millennia damn near. And how did he get beat? like he's supposed to be. I know Kang Dynasty is not yet over. I mean, I know that, and that you just like misplaced him in another dimension, kind of thing. I get it, but it's like I don't know. It just felt like it fell shorter than it probably should have.
Because it did. They like you were talking about before. They after Endgame, they should have been more reductive than expansive.
Yeah.
You try to keep making it bigger.
Yeah, you try to
How?
keep making it bigger. You can't make it bigger. You didn't
Than
develop
Thanos, yeah.
a thing.
There's nothing there.
So you're gonna throw Kang into it. Like, oh, let's throw Kang in there. This is gonna be so big.
How?
You didn't develop it.
There's nothing there.
Yeah.
And then it showed in the films like Guardians was a runaway hit. Because that was a niche comic book, to say the least.
Right.
Like I knew like 8 people that knew who the Guardians of the Galaxy was.
Yeah.
And then they just kept trying to cash in on it because it was only a cash cow. It didn't cost them any money. But Ant-Man, to me, showed the short sight of that post-Endgame era. Because Ant-Man was like, because of the literal size of the template, Ant-Man can have a whole movie just in this space. Just in this space. But you use that character and his appeal, which was the minutia of it, and then you made him galactic. How? He's a single dad that used to be a burglar that got a suit that makes him big and small. Why is he fighting an intergalactic threat that's going to shut down the galaxy?
Yeah.
Can he just
Essentially by himself.
Did he just avoid getting stepped on at a children's birthday party? Can he do that while fighting a bad guy?
SOD.
You know what I mean? The train set scene was fire because you're in the child's bedroom having a real serious by a toy.
Yeah.
But now these stakes are bigger than anything he's ever done. He got some girl, his daughter, that can't even ride a bike good, fighting space warriors, and your girlfriend. Like, what are we doing? Like, when do we become spacefaring superheroes? When you were just a single dad 3 years ago. Yeah, and that's the problem.
They're just trying to rush through and get to another ending.
Yeah,
that's how they got to the first ending. Like there were 20 movies.
Exactly, like they forgot. Oh, we did 39 movies. That's the problem. The other 36 movies we didn't do yet.
Yeah.
Like they're rushing to a bag that doesn't exist.
Yeah, that's ultimately a problem. I mean, Paul Rudd, I don't know why they do it that way, because Paul Rudd, he looks young and he's not.
He's not.
One man's from New York too. Paul Rudd, we would love to see you on the show. Huge fans. But he lives in New York. Like, we know he's an older gentleman. He's not old.
Yeah.
But he's not gonna just look like he's Clint Eastwood in a weekend, bro.
Yeah.
You have time with him.
Yeah.
Paul Rudd has time. Like, it's not that serious. I definitely believe they are rushing, and I get it. I ultimately get it because of Chadwick Boseman. Mm-hmm. Because when that happened, I do feel like they said, "Nah, we gotta knock these out, bro." That's how I feel like they did.
So they stopped having writing.
Because think about it,
they stopped doing anything that made sense.
They rushed everything.
Yes, but rushing things that wouldn't have had Black Panther in it is
it's like
it's the thought. That's true, but it's the thought of the fact that someone can pass.
So you're saying they learned mortality during the movies like a child growing up, and just basically, right?
What we gonna do?
Basically, right? They're like, wait, Santa's not real. We gotta make all. That's insane.
Bro,
that makes sense, but it's insane to think that.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at how it's moved and how Black Panther 2 would have been drastically a different movie. And I'm not. Black Panther 2 I thought it was really good.
Mexican Panther heat.
Yo, man, you can't fuck. Yo,
Mexican Panther was everything.
Chill, that dude. Come on, Jay.
No, it was fine.
That dude, Namor.
You're not gonna act like it was in Wakanda. Maybe 7 minutes?
Yeah,
it was Mexican.
Yo, that movie was it was really good. But his ability. His acting ability, his acting chops in that movie.
But they were acting in that movie.
Perfect.
Everybody else is just owning in social media memes in other movies.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And
they were actively
murdered that. The Letitia Wright, she did a really good job. She did better than I thought she would do, to be honest with you. That was a tall order for her. But yeah, I mean, what do you think? What do you think that can be done ultimately differently?
Writing. Actual planning,
taking time.
Yeah, properties that it doesn't even matter what the property is. It just has to be good. It just has to make good writing and characters and development.
I don't know. They're just trying to recreate the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
Like the things are there. You just
Yes.
open up Google.
Yeah.
Show me X-Men stuff. That's what I'm gonna do. I don't know.
It's really that simple. It's really that simple. It's not rocket science.
Yeah,
They're gonna do these
fact.
trash,
Super easy.
stupid, garbage joints like, and these other studios that own the characters. Stop driving these trash movies, man. I don't know why y'all kill my man Venom, son. But I got the first edition Venom comic book, and I think the others one, and y'all are killing my man, son. Y'all are killing my man. I don't know, y'all wasting good up Tom Hardy.
Yes, bro.
Wasting good up Tom Hardy. Trash.
Super OG Tom Hardy.
Morbius.
Right
I
now.
love Morbius. Love the character. One of the Blade
Morbius,
people.
yeah. And one of the best. That's actually two of the best
Character actors.
character actors
Yeah.
on the planet.
And they wasted them.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
these 67-minute movies.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
hurts.
Venom.
But it was a 71 minutes.
TV movie.
Yeah,
USA.
USA TNT movie.
Bruh,
59-minute movie.
Yeah, it's like, what is this?
What is this movie for?
Jay, that's
I
crazy.
didn't finish my food.
Exactly. My fries not even cold yet. Like, we had the last fight in the movie. Yeah, fight Woody Harrelson already in the movie.
here, bro.
My food not even cold yet. He said my burger still smoking. Like, two of the movies probably together 2 hours. Two movies together without the intro.
It's legit 2.5 hours.
2.5. If you took the intros out
No,
and the credits,
That's it, yeah.
those 2 movies is probably 2 hours together. Like Venom and Morbius together. It's 2 hours.
Yeah, it's 2 hours.
120 minutes. Yeah, I'm about to do it. I'm gonna check. You guys circle back. I'm gonna edit and put an edit in. I'm gonna give you the exact time without the introduction and the credits for Venom and Morbius. If it's 1 or 2 minutes, we'll circle back and do another video about Venom and Morbius. About how not good they are.
Yo, real quick though, what did you guys truly think about Morbius and Venom? Like, to be honest, those are two of
My favorite characters.
the favorite, yeah, and they're very street level, and they're part of Blade 2, which sucks.
They would be in Midnight Suns.
Which really sucks, man. Literally. So I mean, can they just scoot them over
I mean,
as they are now? Talk to me, Jay.
that's why with the same character.
Can they? Yo, don't wild on them, man. Can they scoot them over? Same
Nah, but like,
characters.
with the same people.
Jared Leto and Tom Hardy
Yeah.
Because if I'm like, you can't
with the same
you're not
graphics,
recasting them.
but with the same.
No, you cannot recast it.
No. When I say that, I mean like
Was the existing CGI? Was that 2008 CGI?
Yeah, man.
Was that Xbox One CGI?
The Xbox was
The Xbox One graphics they had?
Oh man, bro, that's crazy.
Dude,
It's too high
it wasn't
here.
even. It wasn't extra fun. It was like siphon filter.
PlayStation 1.
Yeah,
the first
they had 32-bit graphics in those movies. It was 32-bit.
It was that bad.
Davy Jones from 2009
Was
looked
fire,
better than
chill.
both of those guys.
Well, no, but it could.
Wait, so was that 09? Somebody put in the comments when Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Man's Chest came out.
Yeah,
And,
please.
I mean, check the Pirates of the Caribbean. When did it come out? The year, please. Because Davy Jones, matter of fact, Davy Jones is better than most people.
I was gonna say,
I'm sorry. Yeah. Davy Jones is better than real people.
2 years making the movie. Of course they.
But look, you got Pirates of the Caribbean ended up being $1 billion franchise.
Yeah.
They're literally making Marvel movies
From
to
a billion.
Yeah.
to be worth billions of dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's that bread at? You gotta.
Where's the money?
Yeah. No,
It's
you're
like,
right.
what is going on?
Removing Henry Cavill's mustache looked worse than Davy Jones did 10 years ago.
Yeah, that.
That's just because he was filming Mission Impossible at the same time as Superman.
Forget that. Secret Invasion. Holy hell.
That CGI.
That arm, bro. The arm,
That arm
Bro.
looked like.
bro. Yo, what really go with y'all, bro?
That arm looked like.
That was horrible.
The arm looked like it was from like.
That was the
Remember
worst.
that whole video game? Was it
Oh
Ultimate?
my god,
Ultimate Destruction?
bro. That was the worst CGI I've
Look
ever
like
seen in my
PS2?
entire life, bro.
Like PS2, PS3?
Yes.
Ultimate Destruction? It looked like maybe like PS2, PS3. It looked like Crash Bandicoot. Definitely.
That was the worst graphics I've ever seen in my entire life. Y'all are a multi-billion-dollar company, bro. Why the arm look like it was like this and the other arm was this big? And it's Drax's arm.
Yeah, I don't.
That's Drax's arm. He's bigger than she is.
Yes.
You might as well just made it like the same size as her body.
They're doing whatever. They're showing the plate, pulling up, halfway parking the Lambo. They're like, oh snap, we got a right.
Like, you gotta know what's going on in 15 minutes. Oh, get a cameo.
They're not doing that. Man.
All right, so
Venom dead, Mobius dead. It's good.
I can't come.
If I'm Jared Leto or Tom Hardy, I'm not going back and doing it. Oh.
No, what if it's for real this time? This is the for real one.
With Jared Leto. If I'm Tom Hardy, like you're not
Nah, but it's for real this time. Nah, we was
having fun.
Nah, we was playing.
Jay, man, it's for real.
We was playing the first time, but it's for real.
He can do that.
Nah, but for real this time though.
I was banging. I was banging. You got to play my thing first. I was
Nah, it wasn't for real, but it's the real one. Like we got real CGI, we got real characters.
The big leagues. You in the
MLB
now.
They feel that movie.
It's not the AAs. It's like the triple A's, bro. Come on.
That
was 97 minutes. And I was to do another 97 minutes.
What's last minutes?
No, but it's not gonna be.
Last 7 minutes. It's included in the YouTube commercial, all the trailers, and the credits. And the credits for the last movie. It's a what's that? What's it called? The the recap is included in the recap of Venom 1, the trailer from YouTube, and the trailers in the movie theater, and the credits, making 97 minutes. And his interview.
He could just
from Jimmy Kimmel.
He could only just pop up in another movie. They can't do another.
No, not another Venom, but like him being just in
MCU, the real one.
The real one this time.
If they're doing Spider-Man, whatever, 19, whatever they are, he could do that.
Yeah, he could be in there like.
I mean, they got the Craven coming up, man. That's a nice segue too. I mean, with the future project, Craven and Aaron Taylor Johnson. First of all, how are they gonna explain that?
Why
are they gonna go back and be like, oh
yeah, that's
what is he doing?
First of all, he was Quicksilver
last week.
What are we doing, bro? This was 4 years.
This is not even that long.
5 years ago.
Like it's not even like the Chris Evans and
How is he?
He was lit in both. I go Chris Evans, Human Torch, and Cat. He was lit in both. He was the best character.
They're gonna clearly do what they did with that's how they say they're two different people. I get it. I understand it. But let's be realistic.
I mean, I'm Craven. I mean, I might.
I'm definitely seeing that. Craven's one of the coolest characters.
He is.
Yeah, he's cool.
But
and Russell Crowe's in it. Wait,
Russell Crowe's his dad?
Russell Crowe?
He was.
Wait, wasn't Russell Crowe Zeus? Hey, they dropping all the balls, bro. That's crazy.
They don't pay attention to what they're doing.
Hold on, right? Wait, is it Russell Crowe?
They're gonna have you fight yourself. He's Zeus.
He's in the. Wait, is he in Craven?
I thought that was like his dad or something. I don't know. There's somebody put in the comments who was. I think Russell Crowe.
They're doing whatever, man.
They're like, yo, I don't care. We're gonna cast Future as I don't know, Bishop. And
I know Meth wanted. I know you wanted.
And that Aborigines guy from X-Men, the other one, Gateway. He gonna be Gateway and Bishop in the same movie.
Oh yeah. They can do that. They
can do that. Same guy.
That's doable,
right?
Yeah.
I mean, so
they're already doing whatever they want anyway.
No, they doing
wild. They wasting. It's like they're hired like super deep character actors. You got Russell Crowe, Anthony Hopkins, Christian Bale. And they're doing their thing to a wall. They're just like going crazy. Christian Bale was acting and like almost in tears, going crazy by himself.
Bro.
He was going crazy like dog walking movie like that.
Watching that movie, I didn't know how to feel because I was like,
me neither.
Christian Bale's going.
He's going so hard.
Yeah,
like this is
but he's a real actor.
He's a real actor.
Yeah,
these guys are like playing.
No, I mean not to say like Chris Hemsworth. You are all you guys.
All of them are great.
Like Extraction is cool, but it's not acting.
No, I mean it's him. He's playing the right. That's his playground. That's his weekend. What you talking about? That's his weekend time.
Yeah,
it's weekend time.
But like, movie.
But I mean that's realistically that was Christian Bale's movie. Acting wise, the movie that fell hella short. It just the writing was horrible. Like Thor's just a joke now. He's just like a Meanwhile, he's supposed to be the most powerful. Period. They like touched on Rune Thor and didn't at the same time. I don't even know how to feel about Thor anymore. I mean, I love Thor.
Yeah.
I love Chris Hemsworth. I don't think anybody else can play Thor anymore. He has to die.
He can just age out because Thor
Literally
ages on time. Like he can just do that until he's 99 years old.
Literally. But I mean, realistically speaking, as far as like what other project would y'all like to see though? Like what would you like to see out of MCU, even Star Wars, because Disney owns everything.
I haven't watched.
I want to see Darth Maul.
That'd be great, but he's
in his own.
But it's a prequel thing. Like
I don't care what it is. I just want to see Darth Maul.
I mean, he's super dope.
He's
not a great part.
Dope.
Yeah,
Ray Parker
and Ahsoka is actually good. We're gonna touch on that when it's all and over and done. But I mean, sorry not. But what else y'all would like to see, comic book wise?
I mean, they got the
Blade. Who would you want to see?
Continually not doing anything with the X-Men.
I mean, yeah.
Besides that,
I guess it's harder. I guess it's harder to do X-Men only because how do you explain not having the X-Men for so long and those characters being so pivotal and they have to be mutants. Like they have to be mutants. You can't like introduce them any other way. They have to be actual mutants, and they weren't able to say mutants for 10 years, 10 years. No, a little bit more than 10 years.
I'd say at the top of my list is probably X-Men. I like a functional Doctor Doom and Fantastic Four.
And that's what they're talking about. Supposedly this rumor is talking about, I don't know who put this rumor out. I can't remember the guy's name. Josh Hartnett as Dr. Doom. First of all, I love you, Josh Hartnett. I don't want you to see as Dr. Doom, bro.
Out of here, respectfully. I like Josh Hartnett, but as who?
As Dr. Doom. I need an actor.
I need a real actor.
I need a real actor. We know you're an actor, man.
You're an actor, but
sounds horrible.
I'm talking about like Christian Bale, like that, like somebody like that. Russell Crowe.
Shit, I want to like Michael Fassbender. He could have been Dr. Doom.
Do the accent.
Yeah, he definitely could have been Dr. Doom or Viggo Mortensen. That'd be a good person. I literally just came to my mind.
Viggo would be really good.
And I guess he has to be a little bit younger.
No, because you don't have to know. Doom don't have no face.
I mean, he does. You got to see his face. You can't just be like
they're not gonna show.
He's a politician when he's not being a bad
guy.
Yeah.
He could be old. He can be an elder.
Not elder, but
I know. Viggo gotta be what, early 50s.
Yeah,
that's
fine for him.
Yeah, it's fine. That'd be good.
He was an executive during the space exploration. So it's like he could easily be.
He reads early 40s.
Yeah, you don't know what
how
they're
old
gonna
Reed
do
is. You don't know what's going
with
on.
the ages of anything. Only person I know is gonna be, I think, Margot Robbie. Is gonna be
Human Torch and Invisible Woman's gonna be actual brothers or something.
I hope so.
That'd be sweet. Because I mean, it's only been like that for 70 years.
I like Mike. Yo, we talk about this for how long, JML? Like we love you, Michael B. Jordan. Definitely, we need to see you on this couch, bro. Pause.
Kill the Killmonger.
But
that's great.
You killed the Killmonger. You murdered that movie. But they need to not do any more black characters as Human Torch, as any of those characters, bro. We got black characters.
Good on race swaps. We don't need race swaps.
You don't need race swaps, bro.
There's enough characters.
There's enough characters for a fact.
Come on, man.
Like, and we definitely support that. To a certain
like Bishop, man.
Yeah, please give us our black characters. We cool with that. Blue Marvel, we clearly need to see Blue Marvel. He's like one of the most OP, beautiful characters. Like that's a beautiful character. He's a smart, extremely powerful character. We don't have both of those. In anything like ever besides Black Panther, who's literally perfect in everything he does. But come on, like. Definitely not Human Torch. If that dude's not white, bro, I'm gonna be so mad.
Like, why is he white?
If Human Torch not white, I'll be so bad, bro.
Yeah.
All of them are white, besides the person made it rock.
Exactly.
I'm cool. I need to see that brother and sister combo again. It was awesome. Chris Evans, you did a good job with that. You played your role in that back in the day. Yeah, I mean
X-Force. They all tied together. Because that would include X-Force, X Factor. All the people stuff.
Had those people in the Deadpool.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
They are there. They exist. Just make an X.
Yeah.
That.
So I would definitely. I'm gonna throw that out. That literally came to mind. Viggo Mortensen, please send your. You don't gotta send anything in. They'll probably accept you. Arms wide, hell open. We would love to see you as Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom is a pivotal character. And he needs hundreds of movies. I don't care what anybody says.
I love that.
He's beyond, yes. But I mean, for the most part, we hit our rock. This is a bottle opener, by the way. But at the same time, anything else y'all want to touch on?
I pretty much summarized it. We went over the how it is now. Poop.
Mm-hmm. It's poop.
The future things could not be poop.
Mm-hmm.
Looking forward to Blade and those type of guys. Those guys that reground whatever.
Yeah, TV shows have not as been
What they could do to fix it.
good as it possibly could be.
They could write.
The writing has to be way better. Summarize.
I don't know, 100 times the amount of fighting.
Yeah, just
Maybe they show up 10 minutes before they film.
I don't know,
this would be cool. No. Improvise the whole thing. Hey, bro, what we doing out here, bro?
Yeah, they say that like that's a good then what are you paying for wrestling?
Yeah. Right. I mean, unless
write
you're
stuff.
unless it's a comedy, you have a comedic actor.
Use the source
Whatever.
material.
You have that's 50 years of source material.
Yeah, they don't
Stop acting like these movies are supposed to be comedy.
Yeah, they're not.
Every
Everything is not
movie-
funny.
Guardians of the Galaxy is a comedy now. Thor's a comedy. Everybody's
Everything's funny.
funny. No.
Ant-Man. I mean, Ant-Man, that makes sense because it's Paul Rudd, but not a comedy. It's like an adventure.
But don't
Yeah,
just,
people
don't
like
just
to
conduct the character itself into the comedy line.
Yeah.
Drax is funny because he's serious.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not funny.
Yeah. Even
That's a whole nother problem.
Thor, like Thor's, because he's such in the comic books and the animated stuff, which is actually pretty accurate, he's just like a old ass teenager.
Yeah, he's like a big kid. He's jovial, but he's not hard joking.
Right.
He's like ha. He doesn't take things seriously because he doesn't have to.
Right.
He's gonna die. Like what do you mean?
Exactly.
You know what I mean, that's not the same thing.
Right.
I think I wait.
If they do that,
Oof.
it'll be fine.
Yeah, then
They
they
just
think
make
themselves.
things serious.
Yes,
The reason
like it should be.
that Batman Begins trilogy was so good because they were serious.
It was right. But Batman is also very serious.
But a lot of
Yeah.
these guys are too. Like Thor is not like, like I said, he's jovial, like a grown man child.
Literally the warlord of Asgard.
Yes, literally.
Literally kills
Literally.
any problem. It's the one.
He's the one that's gonna kill
Yeah.
him.
At what point are you just sitting there having
Telling jokes and
telling jokes?
dating your axe, your hammer. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
What was that?
That was wild.
What is that?
Yeah, what was that?
That was
Yeah.
mad
Thunder
dumb.
Thunder
What
was
we doing,
wild.
son?
I don't know, man.
Only person that's inherently funny that would do jokey is Star-Lord, Deadpool, and Spider-Man.
Yeah.
No one else. And Tony is quippy,
Yeah.
but he's not like hardy.
Yeah, he's not. And he was never hardy in any of the movies they did.
Yeah.
I mean, the writing for him has been, but he probably was a like I don't want to say he
I think
had
he's sitting on the desk.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to say he had like that much control over it, but he ultimately you could tell
Yeah.
when somebody has somewhat a say. I mean, let's be realistic.
Or he just had a
John Favreau though,
idea of how the character should be.
yeah, John Favreau, that's a different person. Like you could tell John Favreau is a terrific director / writer. He's terrific screenwriter. You could tell there's a big difference between the movies. I'm sorry. It really is.
Yeah.
But I mean, for the most part, thank you very much for watching. This has been another episode on the couch. We definitely will be shooting a little bit more, throw out some more stuff, and hopefully you guys watch it. Remember, I'm gonna give you 5 seconds. Like, subscribe, comment, whatever you like to comment. I don't give a shit. But at the same time, be a hero, not a zero. Let's go.